I'd like to take you all back to when I was a young boy, just at the age of 6 when I started ski racing. At such a young age, I was hooked onto ski racing. The only things I wanted to do were eat, sleep, and ski. It was hands down my passion. At such a young age, I imagined myself as the next top World Cup skier. I was sitting in the ski chalet one morning, watching the men's World Cup downhill, when all of a sudden Boughner Miller was in the gate. At the age of 6, I had no idea who Boughner Miller was, what country he skied for, or even if he was a good skier. But after that day, I knew every little fact about my man Boughner. Boughner went out of the gate, traveling at over 100 kilometers an hour, when all of a sudden, his left ski catches an edge and falls off. Instead of crashing into the B netting, Boughner stays standing and finishes over half of the course on one ski. I thought this was the coolest thing ever, and after that day, I knew every little fact about my man. I tried to dress like Boughner, ski like him. I would try to do nearly everything just like him. At such a young age, I thought that this global figure, Boughner Miller, was my hero. As ski racing began to become more competitive, as the years went on, I continued to look up to Boughner as my hero. I was doing a training camp in Switzerland one year when I found out that the US downhill ski team was there at the same time as me. I tried so hard that week to be able to run into Boughner, except there was never a moment that I actually got to run into him. There was never a moment that I actually got to meet him. I never had a direct relationship with Boughner. Although I knew everything about him, he didn't even know that I existed. My ski journey continued on, with Boughner always in the back of my mind. I was able to ski competitively internationally. Because of all the classes I missed, I was actually sent down to my principal's office and congratulated for attending 4 days of school in a row. I had a fun and successful ski career up until 2 years ago, when I got the opportunity to embark in a new journey here at Trinity College School. In the summer coming into TCS, I decided to read the biography of Boughner Miller. While reading his biography, I began to realize that he was not the person that I thought I was looking up to. Similar to many global figures, Boughner had a side of him that was hidden from the social media. I began to think back to when I was a 6-year-old boy, when I was watching his downhill run. I was so hooked on Boughner from just watching one run of his. However, when I look back at it now, I was definitely wrong about who my heroes were. Boughner was for sure a global figure that inspired me during the time that I was ski racing. However, Boughner was not the person who mentored me. Although I may have thought that he was my hero, when I reevaluate the situation, it was my parents who taught me the life skills of balancing my time on the slopes with friends and school, obviously. It was my coaches who allowed me to understand that you will have your off days. Whether you're out on a date with a girl, or if you're at home, or on the slopes, sometimes you will have an off day. It was my friends who allowed me to be the competitive person that I am today. Whether it was on the slopes doing dual slalom, or tuning our skis late at night, we were always making a competitive environment for each other. I began to realize for myself that those people around me, such as my parents, my coach, my friends, are my actual heroes. All of my heroes have actually had a direct impact on my journey and relationship with me throughout my journey. They've been able to understand who I am and help make me and shape me into the better person that I have become today. Although I always thought that Boughner Miller was my hero, I've now been able to understand that heroes are the people who have a direct impact on my life, who are the people who have actually shaped me into becoming the person that I am today. Many of us teenagers can relate to this, to looking to a global figure for inspiration when it comes to a sports team that we play on or an activity that we take part in. Especially at a young age, I think we can all agree that the majority of us have looked up to a global figure. It could be like an athlete like Boughner Miller, or a celebrity, a politician. It would be difficult to find a person who has not made a global figure their hero. However, similar to me, I had only heard the story of Boughner Miller. Although he was the source of inspiration for my journey, he wasn't the person who led me through my journey and was my hero. My heroes were those who actually had a direct impact on me, who allowed me to understand my mistakes and build from them, those who led me through my journey. Although we may not realize it, whether it's the person who teaches you independence through teaching you how to tie your skates, or the person who lets you move forward and help you through a mistake. Heroes are the people who have a direct relationship with you and allow you to understand and become a better person who you are. Thank you.